Morning, Jess, and good morning, guys. A beautiful day here at Winton Motor Raceway. Hard to think it's the same racetrack that we're here on Friday morning. Sunshine as far as you can see. In fact, we left the hotel some 30 minutes down the road. We couldn't see out the windscreen for the fog, but it's broken out to be a very nice day here for the final day of the Winton Super Sprint. David Russell alongside me for this. And yesterday, a brand new winner in the championship.
Yeah, it was. Thanks, Matt. It's a beautiful morning here, nice and crisp. You can see the mist starting to lift, but these guys have been up nice and early. They've got an early race, and one guy on the front row, I think Tyler Greenbury, he wants to get that race win today. I saw him last night. He's feeling invigorated, and I reckon he's going to really try and get a good start.
He's in the box seat alongside young Jack Smith, who broke through for his first race win yesterday for Brad Jones Racing and SCT Logistics. Starts on the front row with Tyler Greenbury. Jordan Boys and Jim Policina on row number 2. Michael Anderson, another solid result yesterday with Josh Smith. Down to Chris Smurden and Tony Evangelou starting on the 5th row for this race. Aaron Seaton will not start in today's race. Had too much damage to his car at the back of the field there. Didn't really get past the first couple of turns there. Brad Neal and Chris Delsma, who has been having gremlins, whatever they are, inside the race car since Friday morning practice.
Yeah, well, look, they are older supercars. You almost need some of the guys that originally built the cars, and if they're not in the main supercar series at the moment, you'd be contacting those blokes and saying, hey, do you know a bit about this car? And trying to get them on the crew.
Yes, I know more about the car, but what's the money prepared to pay?
That's right.
One of our onboard cameras here today, Jordan Boys and Michael Caine. Been impressed with this young fella, racing in open wheels in the Formula Ford Series. Race 3 winner at Phillip Island just a few weeks ago. They'll be with us at Queensland Raceway later this year. 5-round championship, and a series that continues to get stronger. In the better part of 10 years now, and more cars coming online. These cars now on their formation lap, heading to the grid. Let's head down to pit lane and say a very good morning to Cameron Van den Dungen.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Dave. Guys, I just had a chat to the crew with Jim Policina yesterday. He did a 0 to 100 off the start of 3.7 seconds. If he does that again today, watch for him down at turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's any that you do in that sort of mid 3.7, 3.5 obviously is a real bullet start, but the tyre's different in this category to supercars, so I reckon that's yeah, watch out for him today if he can do that again, as you say. He's going to be parting the rows in front of him.
His teammate Michael Caine made a great start as well yesterday, car number 23, one of our onboard cameras as well. That's him right now. We're right on board with the next Sprint Gas Racing entry, same too with Jim Policina, who's been in the category for a long time. Been coming here to Winton with the V8 Touring Car Series since 2008. And a whole mixture of winners. In fact, 12 out of the 22 races we've had here so far. This guy converting pole position into a race win. There's a couple of our heritage class cars. The Troy Stapleton Johnson & Bound car from 1997. At the back of the field there is Brad Neal's car, the ex-Truckee Parsons Perkins car from back in the mid-90s. So history right back to the early to late 90s.
Yeah, it's great to see all the cars out and racing rather than collecting dust.
So last car's in a position, waiting to clear the grid here. Jack Smith, who's doing double duties this year in the Dunlop Super 2 Series alongside Tyler Greenbury, who's been in some red-hot form. The Eggleston Motorsport Holden up on the rev limiter, set for race number 2. Absolutely perfect from the front row. Couldn't really identify who got the better start, but Smith will get the lead as we head down to turn number 1. Greenbury trying to hang tough on the outside, but tyres not really wanting to play this early in the morning. And that's Warren Millett skating to the outside of turn number 1. It's still very muddy on the infield there.
Big move up the inside, Tyler Greenbury. Cold tyres. He's got a good run out of turn 2, and he's up the inside.
Boys thought about it for a split second.
I'm pleased he kept his nose out of that, because that wasn't going to end very well. John McCorkindale's moved up. He's done a great job.
Something flashed in front of him saying, lap 1, lap 1, lap 1. McCorkindale, Evangelou, who's back in the series this weekend, reigned in 9th position, and Tyler Greenbury. It's not what Jack Smith wanted, because once Tyler gets to the front, it's pretty hard to stop from that point.
Now he's starting to, this first lap's critical for him. If he can build a gap and get through that first lap, the tyres are then coming up to 10, he can just press on and focus on his race. Good battle here. McCorkindale's got the elbows out, he's got a good start.
Josh Smith was on the outside there, will have the better run down here into turn number 10 and should put it back down the inside of John McCorkindale in the first of the dial before you dig entry. See green and black car heading down towards turn number 11. for the first time, and a big margin for Greenbury on the opening lap. His confidence on cold tyres is what will win the race here.
Absolutely, and he got a good move in there. Nice, decisive move. There was no contact, so these two young guys are racing nice and fair and clean.
Unofficial Level 3 Supercar Series, where these cars have reigned the Super 2 Championship in the past couple of years. Michael Anderson going through the shot there. The Kenwood Homes entry, it's his own business. He runs in Bathurst. We saw him in a Falcon last year, and we'll know for his historic touring car exploits. Just down the inside now goes Josh Smith, the second of the Image Racing Falcons. And Michael Caine is having a great weekend here in car 23 and almost brought his good work undone there.
Well, it's so tight in that section of the track. It's quite narrow, and to get a move on there, you've really got to be right up beside the other guy. If they turn in, chances are they're going to end in the gravel trap. That's
the unique way. He's going through turn 5 and actually going back another gear midway through the turn. We don't see that with the other cars. Oh, he's having trouble fighting it there at turn 7.
I think he's been given a little bit of a nudge from behind there.
And now Evangelou trying to put it down the inside of McCorkindale. And right up on the curb and gets into...
Oh.
Made on the outside there. It's only lap 2, and Chris Smurden buys in. He'll go past. And now David Wright, who was caught up in that lap 1 incident yesterday, joins the back of this freight train. And Jim Policina has gone again. That's turn 11. And will go right to the back of the field.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what's happened there, whether he was helped or he just locked the rears and turned it around. Jim had some good pace yesterday. He might be able to make his way back through. One that there was a bit of a skirmish before was Evangelou into the side of McCorkindale. Hopefully he can get back up into the battle.
Policina had a couple of spins during practice. He wasn't alone in those aquatic conditions that we had on Friday during practice. Qualifying yesterday was cut short due to an incident earlier in the session. Love that shot across the top. And there's those really aggressive curves we talked about as now Stapleton goes around. And you do not want to damage a car with so much history like that.
No, that's... as I said, it's good to see him out racing, but you never want to see him get damaged. It's a good battle here. Evangelou's leading this battle pack at the moment. They've spread out quite a bit in this race. Tyler Greenbury, though, has gone out very hot and has got himself a good lead at the moment.
1.7 seconds, first to second at the moment. It's in the battle pack for 6th, 7th and 8th around the famous Gumtree. Boy, that's Tree can tell some stories over the years. Back to the replay of the start. Absolutely perfect from the front two guys. They just left the field for dead, really, didn't they?
Yeah, Jack Smith got a really good jump and got good drive. There was no wheel spin, but you see, he just got a little bit in the rear. He just got a little bit of oversteer, and Tyler Greenbury was able to pull that move off.
It's Michael Caine, another good start, or was it maybe Josh Smith missing the start on the right-hand side? Pulls up for a look down the inside of his team. Oh, he fancied to look down the inside of Michael Anderson, but thought better of it. And there's that move we touched on there between Smith and Greenbury was happening further up. This will be better to see it from.
He sort of got the crossover there. He had good placement. He could get good drive off the turn.
Warren Millett just putting 2 wheels on the dirt and spinned himself out of contention. He runs to the back of the field behind Bradley Neal in the 55 VS Holden.
His car's going to need a really good pressure clean after this weekend.
Not alone.
Pull it apart and make sure you get all the dirt out of it.
Teams have been very busy cleaning these cars after each session at Winton Motor Raceway.
Well, they weigh the cars. They put them on the scales. They weigh them. They make sure that they've got a good weight distribution. Some of these cars might have 10 kilos of mud under them. They're going to have to clean them out.
You'll just find that stuff forever. It doesn't matter how many times you'll clean it. You'll go back in 3 months' time and there'll still be mud up there somewhere.
Absolutely.
Stapleton lucky not to come back into oncoming traffic there. He's spin at the back of the field. So, back to Michael Caine and Chris Smurden. It's allowed Tony Evangelou to get away from the field here a little bit. He's 6th. And Tyler Greenbury looking to set the fastest lap of the race. Jack Smith not letting him get away here at the moment. Still 1.7 seconds.
You know, the supercar team bosses and team managers are looking at this, the engineers, they're looking at the times these cars are doing because that gives them a direct read where the track's at the moment. If the lap time from the race yesterday on a dry track and they're looking at the times today, they're going, hey, the track's evolving, it's getting faster.
Dramas here for Caine. Sorry to cut over the top of you. I just saw his hand come up on the exit of the final turn. He's
got to try and get it out of the way. Where's he? Yep, get it off the track.
He's found the old exit that we'd use on the old circuit back in the day, so his race is done, and what a shame.
Good presence of mind, though, to get it out of the way so it doesn't impede on the race.
Car limping back to the pits now, so his race is done. In race 2 of the V8 touring cars, not much of a turnaround time between this race and the final one a little later this morning here on Fox Sports. It's down to turn 7, Smurden, one of the original pioneers of the V8 touring car series. There's David Wright back in the championship. Geelong Tyre Centre entry. I thought he would have had a bit more damage than what ended up showing up on that car yesterday. Contact with Aaron Seaton, who's not out there today. Just a lack of spares, really, for that car to be repaired overnight.
I think they broke an upright and a shock, and they didn't have any spares to... Well, they couldn't. Those items couldn't be repaired, and they didn't have the right spares to be able to put it back together. So disappointing for Aaron Seaton. Glenn was obviously there to help out for the weekend, and they'll press on. I hope to see them in the championship again soon.
Glenn looked fairly down, didn't he, yesterday when we caught up with Cameron Van Den Duncan. Speaking of Cam, let's go down to him now in the pits.
Jumped in quickly with Dean Lilly, who looks after Michael Caine and Jim Policino. He said Michael Caine lost all power, lost the dash, the whole lot. They couldn't power cycle or anything, so he is done.
There's those gremlins. Dash is all lit up there. He's trying to reset.
Yeah, well, he's got the dash. It's obviously a main power. You can see he's lost it there as he cycles and tries to get some power. Oh, Jack Smith, hang on to it.
Power slide of the weekend. And got it pulled up.
Yeah, he's done a good job there. It's flashing through going, mate, don't throw it away.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's done well.
There at 6.
Good car control.
So definitely something electrical with that car, the way it was
for sure.
hesitating going down the straight. It's one thing you fear, isn't it? Because you just won't find that.
No, it's, you sort of got to start from scratch and start working through to find those problems, which you don't want to keep going to race meetings, spending the money, and then have that gremlin again.
Yeah. Looking back now at Michael Anderson, heading down into turn number 1 on board with Jordan Boys. Runs in 3rd position. Anderson has impressed me so far in the 2 rounds of the V8 Touring Car Series. So too is this guy. Great to see some young names coming into this championship because, hey, the Dunlop Super 2 Series is really tough to get into these days.
It sure is, and there's only a certain amount of teams with the new equipment. So what I mean by that is the car of the future chassis that's then been handed down from the main series teams to then to Super 2. The cars from then the Dunlop series needed somewhere to go. Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, he's found himself in the gravel trap. That's exited turn 2.
He's just on the edge of the gravel trap. He doesn't want to keep rolling back here. He's trying to refire it. Geelong Tyre Centre entry, saloon car racer from Victoria. And just facing in a really tough spot. And the safety car is going to be called. Let's look out our window right now. So the Vodafone safety car will come out on lap 7. What's it like when you spin the car off here and you're trying to refire? It's starting a bit hot in there now, but it's not simple as just pressing the starter button and everything comes back to life.
Well, he's got it going.
Always happens.
Is the safety car scrambled already? It has. Yeah. Look, it's if you left it in gear, sometimes if you have a spin like that, it's probably still stuck in 3rd gear. You've got to rock it out to try and obviously push the clutch in, but it shouldn't be too hard to refire. Sometimes they have a bit of a cough and get a lot of fuel, and it's hard for them to refire. So
it's often when we see those big flames licking out the side on the restart. Vodafone safety car's picked up our race leader Tyler Greenberry to going, well, where's Wright gone? He's chasing the field now.
We've got on board with the safety car. Hopefully they're not too busy this weekend.
So this is good news for Jack Smith, although the gap wasn't that big anyway. Maybe he was setting himself up for the last few laps of the race. It gives him an even better chance now of taking the race lead of Tyler Greenberry.
Now, this is a Porsche Cayenne. Porsche have a driving school up at Mount Cotton, of which I'm one of the instructors. Thomas would be would be telling that driver to drop his hands at 9 and 3. You can see his hand up the top. So where you should have your hands on the wheel is that 9 and 3 position. He's dropped them back down again. He'll probably come up to me after this.
Yeah. But he'll go
anyway, I'll tell him where they need to be. I've got no problem with that.
So lead the field around at a fairly sedate pace at the moment, just to allow the last couple of cars to catch the train, and maybe we'll go back to green flag racing at the end of this lap. These laps do count towards the race total. And a real chance today for these guys to be using the additional parts of the curbs. We've seen some concrete added to the inside, particularly down at turn 6 and down at turn 1 and 2, to stop them dragging mud and dirt back over, which has been a common trend here at Winton over the years.
Well, the track's a lot cleaner. Obviously, you wouldn't know that from the weather we had, but it is a lot cleaner on the racing line. So you can definitely notice it has made a difference over the weekend, especially you could notice it in the supercar race.
Looking forward to the final race here this afternoon, the Winton Super Sprint, before we head to a mid-year summer in Darwin and Townsville and back towards Ipswich in the Virgin Australia Supercars Championship.
Oh, stop weaving, Tyler Greenbury. I don't know whether the rules are any different, but when the safety car lights are out, it may be different in this category, but he should not be weaving at this stage. Right. Yeah, we've got them switched off now, so now they're queuing up. He's in the clear, folks. Sorry to scare everyone.
He's heading back into the pits. Vodafone safety car disappears, and Tyler Greenbury will lead Jack Smith, Jordan Boys, Michael Anderson, and Josh Smith, amongst others in the field. And look at Jack Smith. He's gluing himself to the back of the Edge Designer Holmes Holden to come back around for the restart at the end of lap number 8. And he's on the loud pedal nice and early. Greenbury is out of here.
That's twice in this category we've had a restart and the guys have led all the way round and come up to the front straight. You'd usually see a restart in the supercars where the guys would actually get on it a little earlier than that.
Maybe the second last turn.
Yeah.
Is Anderson protecting passing move here from Josh Smith, Australian Hydrographic Services Falcon for Image Racing. And now Jack Smith. He'll be loving this.
Yeah, I think what Jack Smith actually needed was a safety car. He was sliding around a bit, which may indicate his tyre pressures were starting to get a bit high. That safety car, that intervention there meant that they dropped and lowered, and he's got some pace back in the SCT car again.
Particularly after that slide he had down at turn 6 would have rocketed them right up. So Anderson trying to give Jordan Boys the hurry up here. Exit at turn number 7. Second gear complex of corners and run down to turn number 11. What circuit that was re-added to make the length around 3 kilometres back in 1997. This time Anderson gives Boys that don't argue, pushes him wide, and now that allows Josh Smith to go past at the same time.
Yeah, Jordan Boys won't be happy with that. You can make it around, make the pass without running the other guy out of road, so he won't be happy because he's lost a couple of spots out of it.
And that's like Evangelou going off into the pits in the background of that shot as well. So the 2 lead guys disappearing with this 1-2 seconds. Back to Michael Anderson now. Josh Smith is next. Spurting up to 6th spot now ahead of McCorkindale. Paul has seen that. Gary Collins in 9th place. And Warren Millen, after that spin, finds himself in 10th place.
Now what Greenbury needs to do is he's got Jack Smith behind him, putting some pressure on. He needs to get out of his mirrors. He knows he's got the pace because he was doing some quick times before the safety car. He just needs to get back on it and not invite him in to have a go under brakes somewhere, because that's when it could end in tears.
Evangelou leaving the pits at a rapid rate of knots to join the field at the back. You see up the first round of the championship, you already know who the form guys are going to be. This is good miles for Jack Smith for Brad Jones Racing. He runs the VF Holden in the Dunlop Super 2 Series just to get miles out there. You just don't get the testing days that were so flexible back today.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously these cars, I think, may be a little cheaper to run. The old Truckee Parsons car.
Oh, right in the middle of the track. That distinctive Perkins sound when it goes past the commentary position.
The cool thing to see is you got the Freightliner livery on that car and the signage. So great to have a sponsor like that still currently in
Championship.
Supercars Championship, so it's great to see.
Part of his big transport company he ran for many, many years. As we start the final lap, so we've gone time certain here in the second race of the V8 Touring Cars at Winton Motor Raceway.
So Greenbury needs to block down the inside. He gets through the sweeper. You know where you pop through that curve into turn 7, block down the inside there, shut the door.
So he takes your advice at this point. Greenbury goes a little bit wide through turn 5, up to 6.
Over that curb, he doesn't need to. He's got just enough of a buffer. It's about a car length at the moment.
He just needs to simple him through here, get the drive out of 7. So 2 more realistic chances here, really, to make
absolutely
pass.
under brakes. Get a good run. He's managed to do no wheel spin.
So Greenbury looking good here on this, the final lap. Anderson up to 3rd position, bagging a whole lot more points. That was a
Smith
slide.
trying.
He didn't need that.
He's just trying to carry a bit too much entry speed. He's trying, it's the last lap. He's really trying to get on the back of Greenbury and pressure him. So, and Greenbury's having none of that. He's saying, I'm going to wrap up another race win here.
That's going to be enough for him as he accelerates out the final turn. He was a back-to-back winner at Phillip Island. He chalks up another race win in the V8 Touring Cars. Congratulations to Tyler Greenbury, winner of race number 2. And it's still on for the minor positions here between Smurden, McCorkindale. So Smurden got him in the last lap there, and Jim Policina in car number 7 will get home for 8th place in race number 2. Tyler Greenbury, though, back on top. Currently runs 2nd in the overall points for the weekend with 1 race to come. And Jack Smith, he'll be happy with the run. He got a race win yesterday in pole position, but desperately hoping to wrap up the round win here today with 1 race remaining. 0.3 of a second, the margin between 1st and 2nd. Anderson home for 3rd, Josh Smith in 4th, then Jordan Boys, Chris Smurden, McCorkindale, Policina, David Wright and Gary Collins inside the top 10. Back to Warren Miller, Troy Stapleton and Bradley Neal, the Heritage Class cars, Tony Evangelou and Michael Kane, who went back to the pits early on in this race.